everybody, Matt Maran here for another Mustang Monday video. It's been over 2 months since I did one, and so it's not a whole lot changed with the Mustang, but there are a couple of things I wanted to mention here, as you might expect from the title of the video. But yeah, I've put less than 1,000 miles on the car in the past 2 months, and that's mostly just because, you know, since I work from home as a YouTuber, I don't have to drive. You know, and then whenever I do have to drive, my wife, you know, has her car, which also has snow tires and all-wheel drive, so, you know, if the weather's bad, I just take that, which I think is going to be really nice with the Bullitt, because with the Bullitt, I don't think I'm even going to bother buying snow tires for it. I think I'm just going to not drive it all winter, but we do have a lot of days, like today, for example, where it's over 40 degrees, and summer tires would be okay. Obviously, you don't want to push them a whole lot, but I think around 40 degrees is the operating temperature where it's acceptable to drive on summer tires. So we do get a decent amount of 40-degree days here in the middle of the winter where I can still take the Bullitt out, circulate the fluids, enjoy it a little bit, and all that. But yeah, so this car hasn't been driven much as a result of all of that. But I have been, you know, driving it still, you know, at least once a week. And recently, you know, even though I had a press car a couple of weeks ago, now I'm daily driving this, and I still love... Listen to that. Oh, I still love driving this thing. It's just so awesome. But anyway, to get to the title of the video here, the 3 things I'm going to miss about this car, because now, you know, of course, the 2019 Bullitt Mustang has been officially announced. We know everything about it for the most part. And so, you know, I've noticed that obviously there's going to be 3 different things that I'm going to miss about the 2016 here whenever I do trade up to the 2019 Bullitt this summer. So the first thing is something I've mentioned a few times in the past, and that is these hood vent turn signals. I was really hoping, since the Bullitt's kind of a retro throwback, that they bring back the hood vent turn signals, if only just for the Bullitt version. That was a 2016 model only thing. 15s don't have it, and they got rid of it in 17 because everyone complained about it in 16 because you can't see the right one from the driver's seat. You can only see the left one, so you know, I can only see it whenever I'm making left turns with my turn signal. That's whenever I can see the light there. But it's such a cool little touch and a retro throwback to the 60s stuff, and that's something that the 2018s and now, of course, the 2019s won't have. The Bullitt doesn't have it, and I will miss that, especially at night, the way that glows. It's a really cool little touch. I know there is one aftermarket company that offers them for the 15s and 17s, and so, you know, maybe they'll make a new one for the 18s and 19s if there's some demand there for it, and then maybe that'd be something I would install, you know, possibly. We'll have to see. I'm really going to be opposed to modifying the Bullitt, since it will be, you know, a fairly rare vehicle, and a vehicle that, you know, I really don't feel like there's going to be any need for me to modify it anyway. It has the active exhaust. You know, I'm going to be getting the MagneRide suspension, so I can have fully customizable dampers, you know, to make it as stiff or as soft as I want, with the flip of a switch. You know, so basically there's not going to be anything I need to do to this car, you know, the Bullitt, whenever I get it. But the hood vent turn signals are one thing I'm going to miss. Another thing I'm going to miss are these analog gauges. You know, back before we knew everything about the Bullitt, I was really hoping that digital gauges would maybe just be an option, or something that, you know, wasn't offered, because I do prefer the analog gauges. It's just the old-fashioned person in me, and it's a signature Mustang thing to have these 2 round barrels, I guess, for lack of a better term, you know, one for the tachometer, one for the speedometer. And the digital gauges on the, you know, new Mustangs now, they kind of have the outline of the outer portion of those barrels, but you miss the inner portion of that, because obviously they want to have a non-divided screen, which makes sense, but it's just a little bit of a bummer, because you know, you lose out on that one signature Mustang trait that I really love. Again, they're still going to look very similar to digital gauges. I'm not a huge fan of the bar style tachometer and stuff, so I'll just leave mine in the normal mode to make it look as similar to these gauges as possible. But you know, it just would be nice to have analog gauges as an option, because that does drive the price up of the Bullitt as well, because, you know, that gauge cluster in the 401A package ends up being an extra, like, you know, $2,200. So, you know, it's going to drive up the price of the Bullitt, which I wasn't really, you know, I was hoping it would not have that for that purpose. But, you know, it's something I'm now embracing, and I'm excited about the digital gauges for sure, and the customization they have. But I will kind of miss these analog gauges just for their old-fashioned coolness, I guess, you know. But like I said, the digital gauges would be very cool as well. And the last thing that I'm going to miss is the key, which is a really small and a dumb minor thing, But they changed the keys here for 2018 for all Fords, and the Mustang included, so that you know, now the key is a little bit wider and has some metal buttons on the back, so definitely nicer, but just seems a little chunkier than the current keys, which are, you know, really skinny, a little bit thick, but not too bad. Really is a nice small key, and so, you know, a little bit of extra bulk in my pocket, you know, with the new key, but again, a very, very minor thing. But those are really the only 3 drawbacks I can think of here with the you know, the 2019 that I'm going to miss from this, you know, having the 2016 here. Overall, I am so excited for the Bullitt. We're about 5, I think actually 6 weeks exactly from when ordering is going to open for the 2019 Mustangs, and that's when, of course, the 2019 Bullitt ordering will be opening up as well. But yeah, you know, as much as I'm looking forward to the Bullitt, I still just absolutely love this vehicle. I mean, all the Mustang GTs especially are just so much fun. I love the V8. I love, especially now that I got these snow tires on, you know, the tail happiness is even more, you know, crazy than it has been, you know, with the normal all-season tires on it. But yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun still here for the next 6 months. It is a little bit unfortunate the Bullitt, you know, isn't going to probably be arriving until the end of June at the earliest, most likely sometime in July. So I'll miss out on some of the spring and early summer there with the car, but also have lots of, you know, plenty of time to enjoy it over the rest of the year. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. But yeah, so anyway, there's a little 3 things there about the vehicle. Otherwise, nothing else new to report. It's been flawless, and I'm just having a blast in it. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.